Hey guys, there's no intro for today because if you didn't see my community post, a channel that I don't know if I'll share their name or not, did a try not to laugh video, and about almost all the video includes clips that are definitely mine, that were in my K-pop moments I think about a lot. The first 3 that I have, including the very first K-pop moments I think about a lot video, and this is just showing all the clips that they used, and I did screenshots because I've been busy and couldn't include the exact clips, but I'll be explaining those and kind of my thoughts on them. And just my thoughts about this whole very odd situation that I'm in. Also, sorry if you hear my phone go off. It is right next to me. I hope you won't be able to, but yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry if I ramble, but let's just get into the clips. This clip, I did this out of order, but the very first clip that they show after they explain the rules and everything is of VIXX's Hyuk. Sorry if that's I'm mispronouncing his name in any way, or any names in the future, but this is a pretty random clip to me, because it was the beginning of K-pop moments I think about part 2. This is what my opening thing is, and so it's just I got excited to see him, but then I was like, that's a weird clip to have, but whatever. But the very first clip that they showed before they even explained anything, I think just to, make their audience laugh, was of Jay and DK from iKON. This is from their own variety show called iKON TV, and it was from 2 years ago, I think, 2018. And they were doing a pass the paper between their mouths game. I don't know what it's called. And Jay and DK accidentally kiss. And I thought that was kind of a weird thing, because I hadn't seen it in so long, but it did kind of make its rounds of compilations because it was humorous and pretty memorable. But my phone keeps going off, and I don't know whether or not will be able to hear that. I apologize. But, and like I said, I've said in my other takes, this is my 3rd take that I've tried to do this of, but some of these are kind of obscure in my opinion to be and try not to laugh, or just I saw them as odd because they're older, by a few years, and I would think, and I try not to laugh, you would put them newer things 2019, 2020, things like that. And not really things since, 4 or 5 years ago is, in my opinion, kind of old. But, some of these aren't that old, but still. With this clip particularly, this is really hard to find. I don't even remember what show this is from now. It's been a few years. It's of, Astro's Cha-Eunwoo. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. And the soloist now, he was in Super Junior, and Henry Lau. Again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Please correct me. They were just having a conversation in English, and I was just like, well, that's interesting to see them. I guess their conversation was kind of humorous, but odd to see, because I feel like it's odd to find. But this was a clip of the boys, the boys, Eric and Q, and I saw this in so many compilations back a couple of years ago, and it was actually the clip that made me kind of look more into the boys. And so I was just like, ooh, old clip, but hey, at least they're having, getting some exposure, because they're a group that kind of needs that, in my opinion. But then I saw this clip of 2 p.m. This clip is all the way back from, I think, 2010, 2011. Any older hottest, please correct me if I'm wrong about those years. but it was from their variety show, the 2 p.m. show. That was the name of it. And like they have a lot of content that's like super funny because they've had a very long career. But because I was like, that's from my video. And, like, this is a very, like, specific video in my opinion. It's very humorous. But, I mean, so many of 2 p.m.'s things are humorous. But, I need to stop talking for a moment because I have to fix something. I am using, truthfully, my mic that's attached to my headphones. So, and my headphone was or earbud was just falling out my ear. So, I apologize for that. And I try not to laugh, you do, like, try not to smile, or, like, show any reaction, and, so I guess, like, some of these clips aren't, like, super funny, or, like, humorous, but they are, like, I guess, cute, but, they still just strike me as odd, as you can see from this screenshot, it's of Day6's Sungjin. He was trying to make the MC laugh, and so he did that with plastic wrap, or saran wrap. And then, it's just some of these clips, I'm like, I've seen them so many times in other compilations, so they're kind of popular. But they're still older, and I feel like, like, hey, that's great, because, like, they're oldies but goodies in a way, but with this next clip is of Day6's Young K. He's introducing himself in French, and he introduces himself as hi, my name is Brian, and that's his English name. But then he changes it to no, my name is Young K, and it's kind of, I feel like, a joke with My Days, their fans, because whenever they first debuted, and still even now, more people call him Brian and not his stage name, which is Young K, and so he has this thing of, no, I'm Young K, not Brian, and is just kind of like aggressively silly about it, is how I will word it. So I thought that was weird to see, and I try not to laugh, but then this is an older B2B clip, I think from 2013 or 2012, I think it was 2013, but this is when they were on the show Weekly Idol, and, like, it's a humorous clip, in itself, but still, I feel like you have to kind of search around for that, because I don't even know now if that episode of them on that episode of Weekly Idol is still even on YouTube, or if it's been taken down. But, this clip, I cut his head off, sorry about that, is of Astro's Chaeunwoo again. I had the hardest time trying to find this clip when I first put it in, because I couldn't remember where it was from, but he's, like, acting out, like, being a really tough guy, but, like, gets, like, embarrassed, because he has to say the line, like, I'm a very tough guy, or tough man. I don't remember for sure, but he gets embarrassed and lets out, like, this little squeal and then giggle, and I was just like, I really just had, like, the mindset of this is all a coincidence, but then I saw this clip, it's of the former, U-KISS member Eli, and it's his son that he has on his lap, and is, on the screen with him. Truthfully, this is, like, my honest opinion, I feel like only maybe U-KISS fans would know about this clip, or maybe some even don't, but I feel like a lot of people, maybe not outside of their fan base, would know about this, because, like, it was just, I think, posted on his Instagram, and it was just, it's a cute moment between the father and his son, and they don't have any other U-KISS content, and so I was just like, that's odd. But I'd really, because it's such an odd thing to steal clips that have already been put together, in my opinion, I really don't want to think anything bad of them. But then with this clip, this is another clip, in all truth, I don't even remember where this clip is from. I don't remember what show this was from. It's of Stray Kids. Han, specifically, he is doing a cute version of his rap in District 9, which is their debut song, and this is right after they debuted. And they do have Stray Kids content on their channel, and so I was just like, well, I guess they're a stay from the beginning. And so I kind of just gave them a benefit of the doubt, even though, again, I found it weird that there's so many clips that I literally thought I was watching one of my own videos, compilation videos, because there were just so many that were the same. And this is from my very first K-pop moments, I believe, that I really put in. And so, yeah, it was a very odd process. And plus, it was late at night. And I just, who would, really want to think of, oh, these things are like stolen? But because of the order they were in, and some of them are just hard to find or whatever, I just really had the thought of, this is weird. But I didn't want to think anything badly, because I'm definitely a large-ish channel, I guess you could say, but they are a bit bigger than me, and so I was just like, well, that's odd for a bigger channel to steal from somebody that's kind of smaller than them and not, do their own. But with this clip, too, it's of SHINee's Eunwoo, Minho, and Junghyun. Again, sorry if any of that is mispronounced or butchered. I think it's from 2014. Correct me if I'm wrong, or anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe I'll correct myself in a comment, I don't know. But I feel like it's a really random video to put in Try Not to Laugh, due to the fact that it's old and just pretty random. Like, I think works to be in a moments I think about a lot. A compilation, and this was another one. It was of KARD's male members, BM and JSF. They first wake up and their hair's all in different directions, and JSF, the one being shown, is just kind of looks out of it. And I haven't seen this in like a very long time. I think I saw it in like K-pop idols like Waking Up, and he was the thumbnail, so of course I clicked it, because KARD is a co-ed group and don't get showcased a lot, so I tend to watch anything they're on. But again, I just thought it was weird to see that. And this was another kind of obscure clip to put in. It was from iKON, again, their iKON TV show. The member June was kind of like trying to distract the other member's song from like doing a good job of bowling or something like of that sort. But this was also another clip. But I think most people that make any type of content on YouTube tend to try to black out the VLive logo on the top right corner, so they don't get taken down, because VLive has a thing about that. It isn't as bad as it was, especially when I uploaded this, but I was so scared. Especially Big Hit still kind of takes down videos. They're not as aggressive about it now, in my opinion, but at the time I didn't know how to block things out. And that I was just like, well, that's weird that bigger channel wouldn't, black out that logo, because it's possible that, they could get taken down by one company or both. But this was such a famous and almost iconic clip. But this clip is of NCT's Yuta. NCT had just debuted as just NCT U. NCT 127 had not debuted yet, and they were doing a relay, and Yuta had to eat a lemon and then whistle, but he couldn't whistle. But they, I think, do have NCT things on their like NCT content, and so I was like, maybe they're just been there since the beginning, or watched their own like old NCT Life variety show. And so I just kept giving it the benefit of the doubt. But this next clip is, again, an older-ish. It's from 2016 of 17, during their very nice era. This was a pain, honestly, to find, because I couldn't remember what it was from exactly, other than it was on Show Champion and, like, behind the scenes almost thing that they do. As you can see in the top left corner, it says Show Champion behind. But I just had the thought of, like, hey, kudos, I guess, to finding that, because I had the hardest time. Because if you look up 17 Show Champion behind, a bunch of different videos pop up. And they were just telling, like, scary ghost stories, or, like, scary stories. And other things would happen that would startle them, and so it was just a funny clip to add, but thought it was odd. I count how many times I say I think something is odd. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. This is a clip of Ace's June. He gets startled because of a scare prank that a channel did, I think, for all the Ace members, but his was pretty big reaction. But I haven't seen this since 2017 when it first, like, came out and they first debuted, so it was really interesting to suddenly see that after so long. But it makes me happy because Ace is a bit more, I guess, underrated. But, you know, I kind of try to look at it of maybe these clips are, maybe I just, like, inspired them to use these clips because they found them funny and they happened to see my videos, or maybe they're just older fans of these groups. I really was just kind of, like, making these things up in my head because I didn't want to think, because that's such an odd thing to steal other people's, that, I mean, technically we steal from the shows or other companies' clips, if you want to, I guess, put it that way. But as I, like, started realizing that there were 3 or 4 exact clips that I'm like, oh my gosh, those are mine. And they'll come up eventually, but that was when I got super frustrated and hurt, almost, in a way, because I spend so much time. It doesn't seem probably like I do, but I really do spend a lot of time on things, on my videos, no matter what they are, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist with my editing and make it want to all flow well and look well and like it's edited well. And when I'm first editing it, I go back and forth about 2 or 3 times. When it's fully edited, I look at it 2 or 3 more times to make sure it's all right. And then before uploading, it's even more, I think 2 more times to make sure there's no mistakes before uploading. But sometimes that still happens, like with this, with the horribly drawn blue arrows that you see that I had to draw myself. You see how it's the white and then this black bar around it? That was an editing mistake that I did in my, I think, K-pop Moments Part 3, and it still bugs me to this day because I'm a perfectionist with my editing. But this was the clip that I was just like, that's my clip. Like, holy, like, wow, because I didn't realize there was that black bar, and not just this clip, but a lot of the other clips I have on that video, and it bugs me because I can't fix it. But I was just like, okay, that definitely is stolen, even though you can literally look up GOT7 Glamour interview or friendship test and it pops up. But this clip is of Stray Kids from 2 years ago when it was their first Christmas, and this was I think in my very first K-pop Moments video. I didn't know how to block out the VLive logo. I do now, but you see how it's specifically, like, cut off in a weird way. That's how I figured out maybe if I just, like, cut almost half of it off, maybe it would be okay. But that was another indicator to me that, oh, this is my clip. Plus, it's a very obscure clip because it went around when it first came out. But I haven't seen it since, other than in my own video, or even on, like, Twitter or Instagram. And again, the black bar, because this is from the same clip, it's from the same video as the GOT7 clip. It's of Flight to Skies Brian and the soloist singer Gina. But honestly, this was also another one that was a pain to find because I didn't know the show name. I didn't know Gina. I only knew Brian. I heard Gina's name, but I never knew that was the same person in the clip, in all honesty. And it's an old clip. You can kind of tell from Brian's hairstyle and just almost the camera quality, in my opinion. But it's definitely over, I think, 6 years old. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong. But I saw that black bar and realized, oh my gosh, that's definitely directly from my video. Like, ooh, weird. And then I'm also including the comment I left under their channel. That was like 3 or 4 days ago. I try not to or you can pause to read, but I try not to say that, hey, you stole my stuff, almost in a way. It's definitely frustrating because I put so much time, and this is just for fun, you know? And it's like, if you're so much older, or like, so much bigger than even an older channel. I've been around for almost 2 years, but they've been around for 8 months, and I really wonder if they've stolen other content from other people, and they never see that, or other clips that other people have put together, and just, they don't know. And you can doubt me, I guess, but I know my editing or the way they were because I go over it so many times, or I watch them again because I have to watch these clips back to answer people's questions about them, because I really do try to do that as much as I can. But I guess that's all I really have to say. I hope the channel doesn't continue to do this, but yeah, anyway, bye guys.